Hello everyone, my name is James and today we are going to be exploring another bunch of hidden messages, from Easter eggs to hidden rants containing plenty of profanity and secrets you would not believe existed in video games, and right here on the Easter Egg Hunter. In 1981, Pacific Novelty were responsible for creating an arcade underwater adventure named Shark Attack. The hunter becomes the hunted, and surprisingly, you actually portray a great white shark, resulting in a blood-curdling pixelated mess of scuba diver chomping and enemies who are armed to the teeth with very deadly spear guns, apparently. Anyway, hidden in the game's code is something else that is rather unwelcoming. A message for anyone who is having a good old nosy, as it reads, "If you are reading this, may the bird of paradise on your head." Well, that one was rather awesome, so here's another one. As in Task Force, an arcade shoot 'em up for the ZX Spectrum from 1989, which happens to contain several hidden messages, one of the authors decided to have a pop at you and possibly friends or colleagues. Loads of space. What a load of old cobbles. Do you like the proggy? You better like it, or I'll do something unmentionable to you, you git. Jabber's a big fat git. Simon's a bit puffed. Steve's a mop in disguise. Julian's a baldy, dwarfy, fat, blobby merchant disguised as a incompetent manager. Haha, I'm just too cool to be a programmer. One of the most famous and coolest pieces of backmasking you will ever hear is of course in Doom 2.
To win the game you must kill me, John.
Something I've spoken about on multiple occasions, but did you know that Half-Life Opposing Force actually has something incredibly similar? It is stated that upon arriving at the final boss, and as the giant gene worm is passing through the portal, it's supposedly saying something. Though upon trying to reveal this message was proving tough, and I am not 100% convinced it was ever used in the final game. However, while exploring the game's miscellaneous folders, you can find this, a file that shares Doom 2's famous Easter egg name, and it so happens to sound like this. And of course, upon reversing it, leads to this. Yes, to win the game you must kill me, Randall Pitchford, also known as Randy, and was the lead designer of Opposing Force and is still the CEO of Gearbox Software. Remember this? Hello hacker this is Matt Furness. Here's the deal. If you hack this game I will find you wherever you are and break your legs. And that's a promise. Yeah, that charming message left by programmer Matt Furness in Mad Professor Mariarty. And 2 years earlier, it looks like Matt got up to more mischief in this Amiga water sports creation named Tubin. Which is actually a pretty cool game, as you take to some wild rivers and rapids on a giant inflatable ring, swishing through gates, hitting people with tin cans and being eaten by crocodiles. So, what did Matt have to say this time? Big offs go to Cortex, Paralamia, Accumulators, The Band, Mag. Fields and any other girly cracking swapping groups. Message to Red Sector, your mega demo is totally mega cool, we all love vector balls. And did you know that slime who crack games have very small dicks and are homosexual? Message end. Bye. The Doom series, as we know, is filled with some of the greatest secrets, and while many are well known, some are not so much. As in the Super Nintendo version, which was released in 1995, a chap named Randy Linden had to program a custom engine for it, and throughout most of the levels, the Martian landscape that can be seen from multiple courtyards, towers and windows is actually hiding a small secret message. Now unfortunately it is impossible to see it without using a cheat code to activate the no clip, which is as follows. And then by taking to episode 1 mission 8 and making your way to the star-shaped courtyard and clipping onto the top of the walls and looking out across the landscape, you will see this. Randy Linden loves Jodie Harvey, whom is none other than Randy's wife, which is in fact proved in the game's code at the following address. Next up, it's an Amiga blast 'em up by New Bits on the RAM named Metal Law that has a rather cool soundtrack. It's a title set in the sewers of Neo York, the future, and where an EFIS trooper gets to clean up some rather mutilated beasts, many of which look something straight out of an Alien movie, and creatures, yeah, you really wouldn't expect to be lurking beneath your feet. And here's a hidden message you wouldn't expect to be lurking beneath the game, as at this address you can find a hidden scores list just for hackers that reads, "Kill all bloody motherfucking crackers." In 2007, the PS2 was treated to the prequel of GTA Vice City with GTA Vice City Stories that follows the protagonist Victor Vance. Now, I have covered multiple GTA messages, but never this one. So, when you get the keys to the safe house in Vice Point, you will notice a ship docked across the road from your apartment. And by taking to the water, the camera will actually be able to pass through the hole where you can uncover this message. I wasn't joking, there really is nothing to see here. Go and look in the VCM building instead. The first part of this message is actually a reference to the note found in this exact same spot upon the PSP version, while the latter of course invites you to go and check out one of the best Easter eggs ever, which in this case is still under construction. And finally, it's Sensible Software again, a company who have featured on the channel before with this message found in World Championship Soccer 2. But upon unravelling it, it now reads, "This game sucks a cock twice over. Cheap shit. Can't even come up with a real password screen. Bullshit fucker asshole." But it was in the Amiga port of Canon Fodder from 1993 that two secret messages can be discovered. One at the beginning and another one at the end of the game. And I would just like to say a huge thank you to Ian for providing these next two images from CodeTapper.com. A jam-packed site filled with interviews, sprite tricks, comedy, rants and basically all things Amiga, and you can find all the links to Ian's site within the description. So, the first secret is actually hidden within the one ending screen file, which, if you didn't know, actually deals you nothing more than a big F you. While at the very beginning of the game and tucked away within the Virgin logo file, which, if you decrunch this and alter colour palette 31 from black to white, you will reveal this.